you must tune your bass to up.
Hello and welcome to RHNN. In today's episode, we discover that our situation is becoming increasingly common within modernity. So we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to stay alive. Enjoy. Before we begin today's scheduled programming, we've decided to discuss 3 rules for retaining your humanity during homelessness. Rule number 1 is not to look homeless. You may be homeless, you may smell homeless, but you may not look homeless. Now, while a lot of homeless people make the counterintuitive mistake of using aftershave and deodorants, I think it's better to go for the more sophisticated silicone or lithium grease. Now, while you will still smell of BO, it's a working man's BO, which is accepted by society. Rule number 2, and this is an important one, winners don't do drugs. And rule number 3 is don't lose yourself. Now, I've been homeless for half a decade now, and a majority of homeless people return to their base instincts after about a year. Rule number 4 is always squeeze your cheeks, because you never know when's a free piece of that action. Rule number 5 is stay alive. I just like how that rhymes. It's not an anti-suicide thing. And the final rule number 6. Act as though you're below absolutely everyone on the societal totem pole and hold close anyone who dares treat you like an equal. I think it's time we discuss some essential items now. The first essential item we'll be discussing is this, butane stove. Butane stoves have many purposes, but on their own they're kind of useless, which is why you pair them up with a pan or a kettle. Now, on the subject of the kettle, there is zero excuse to be a smelly bastard even if you're homeless. Palm olive. Now, if you haven't got a kettle or a pan, you can easily just turn on the stove just to warm up your tent, but they're not very efficient heaters, which is why our next essential item will be a dedicated butane heater. Don't get these butane stoves. They explode. Oh yeah. Yeah, just as I lit that fire, it all went awry. Kaboom, it said. Kablow, it uttered. As soon as I saw the flames come upon my tent, I decided to use my heroic hands in order to pick up the burning fireball that was formerly my butane heater. My dog, still being below the age of 18, was absolutely petrified. I then manoeuvred my relatively gargantuan body outside of the tent, dashing the aluminium death trap in a place I knew it couldn't hurt anything else. With the butane butamed, I decided it was time to get a new tent. This time, in a colour that matched my eyes. Now that we've got the tent set up, we'd like to discuss some money-making methods. Now, before we go into these methods, we would like to warn about the possibility of having to speak to people. Now, if you have a debilitating mental illness, suck it up or die on the street, as there are no choices when it comes to homelessness.
100% accurate.
Now, one of the first parts of making money whilst homeless is finding out your skill set. Now, for me personally, I've been working on electronics since 2013. It's been my passion, my lifeblood, my survival, essentially. Now, you may be into something different. It could be woodworking, maybe you work with plastic, maybe you repair cars, maybe you're a mechanic in general, maybe you're an engineer. Either way, find your skill set and start looking for jobs involving that skill set. I personally, when on board, I go out for a walk and scout for electronics. Now, if you ever see something on a wall or a garden or a bin that you really like the look of, make sure you ask the owner. Well, upon knocking and answering, you'll more than likely get one of 3 responses. Either they say no and they've left it outside temporarily, in which case you leave it alone. They say yes, but it's broken, in which case you can take it, put it in your bag and go along your merry way. Or the third, they say, oh my God, can you fix this item? And you say, oh my God, yes, I can fix this item. Oh my, I'll give you £40 to fix it. £40, you say? £40, I'll take that £40. Either way, there's a 2 in 3 chance of you earning money and you're not taking it. Now I've decided to go to the real homeless mobile in order to get all the salvage and scrap I've acquired over the course of 5 years, both working and not. Enjoy! Now before we begin, I'd like to make it 100% clear that absolutely everything I'm about to show you I got for free unless stated otherwise. The only expense I put into anything I've got is time. This is a Sega Mega Drive. It doesn't work, and unfortunately I don't have enough working knowledge of the Mega Drive to make any impromptu repairs. PlayStation 1, when I first got it, the memory card ports and the disk drive didn't work. All it needed was some baking soda and water to get the corrosion off of the tracers, and it works perfectly fine now. Untested PS1, untested PS1 Part 2. An original PlayStation 1 controller and a revised DualShock PlayStation 1 controller. Abe's Odyssey and Test Drive 4 I got with this PlayStation 1, and Oddworld Abe's Exodus I brought for a £5 off of some guy. 3 pocket stations. These two I found in 2020. I've never unwrapped them, don't even know if they work. And this one with the lanyard I found about a year and a half ago and definitely does work. Also this regular memory card. PS2 shell, PS2 shell, PS2 shell. I've already listed the problems. Working PS2 fat that I refurbished using the parts from these two. Working PS2 flat, I used some bits from the bottom one to fix it. Yet another working PlayStation 2 Slim, repaired by this unit right here. What a beauty. Another PlayStation 2 fat, again repaired by the third unit up here. This boxed PlayStation 2 fat SCPH3003. It was sold to me for a tenner because the ports and a dish tray didn't work. I repaired it using this bottom unit here. Working PS2 Slim, I can't even remember what was actually wrong with it, but it did have a problem and now it works. Another working PS2 Slim, this originally didn't work at all, I just swapped the motherboard with a silver one with a fuck chassis. Ooh, would you have guessed it? It's another working PlayStation 2 Slim. This one's for spare parts, as is this one. As for peripherals, we've got a silver DualShock 2 controller and for some reason a WWE controller. And these are the random miscellaneous games I've picked up over the years. Got 3 Revision 1 Nintendo Wii's, only one of which turns on, and a Wii remote. We got this Xbox 360, it works, but the faceplate's mangled. I'm just as shocked as you are when I say this, but I got this for free in 2021 because the woman chucking it out said it didn't breed discs and her son didn't use it anymore. All it needed was a quick clean out and it worked perfectly fine. Betty's gutted. This my mate gave me, and this I literally found 4 months ago by pure coincidence. And we've also got these games, Assassin's Creed 2 and Gears of War Judgment. I got off the same woman that was getting rid of the Gears of War Xbox. And the rest of the games I've just found over time, except for Bulletstorm, which I bought for £1 off of a mate. We've got 3 Xbox Ones specifically bred for parts. We've got a PS4 somewhere but can't find it, so enjoy the controller. I'm pretty sure it was really badly spray painted by me. And last but not least, the only thing I own from the old world, a GTX 770 Classified. Ooh yeah! After realising the dreadful mistake I made, I'm confronted with the ever-looming consequence of my actions and have to lug all this shit back to my upper-class homeless storage facility. AKA a car. Back to the essentials now. I recommend a 20,000 milliamp power bank, but 5,000 milliamps should be more than enough to charge most modern conventional smartphones at least once. This is mine, and although it has become scarred by the temp blaze, the cells aren't damaged. I know this because it hasn't exploded yet. If you need to charge, either ask a friend or buy a cheap drink from any major supermarket cafe and take your time. Talking of drinks, just a quick guide for water in case you can't afford to get any from the shop. You can go to any outdoor tap in graveyards, outside shops, parking spaces, even some houses you can knock on the door and just say, yo, can I use your tap? And most of the time they'll let you. A quick guide for food, meat. In winter you can keep it 3 days to a week depending on temperature, and if it's blazing summer maybe you'll get 2 days tops, but I recommend eating it same day. Cans can be stored all year, they're my go-to in summer. Now our next subject, oh hang on, give me a sec. Yeah, look. Yeah, wrap it up man, I'm trying to do the wood chopping championship. That's in like an hour, I've still got loads to do. That's not my problem. How is that not your problem? No, I swear, you do this every time I get to do one. Okay, what does it matter? I say jump, you say how high, innit? Nah, I'm gonna finish my segment. Actual fucking segment now, yeah? You're actually pissing me off. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to have to end the survival segment here so that Chris can ruin this series with a competition. Welcome to the 6th annual and first ever internetised wood chopping championship. This year we've whittled down our contestants to only one, the appropriately named Graham Woodsman. My name's Graham Woodsman. I've been chopping wood for about a year and a half. I've definitely got what it takes to win the wood chopping championship. Today you'll be tasked with gathering wood, chopping wood, digging a hole, putting the wood in that hole, having a fire and cooking some delicious chicken nuggets from Tesco Express. But you didn't think it'd be that easy, did you? For we got that chicken yesterday in the clearance aisle, and Graham has but 5 hours before there is a 100% chance of irreparable food poisoning. Let's hope he survives. Yeah, see, I originally agreed to permeate within this challenge because I can burn wood quite good, but now that I'm here, I'm starting to feel the pressure, and that pressure's starting to build. Now, as I can't find anything sizable, I've decided to go for little twigs like these. Easily snappable, easily dryable, great in survival situations such as this. Sorts of pieces as well. They're not great, they're definitely sub-optimum, but in a pinch they'll certainly do. Due to the fact we can't find any big pieces of wood, and any big pieces of wood we do find are absolutely drenched, I've decided to go for the mini-man method. If you can, you want to find some birch bark. It burns any time of year, doesn't matter. Now that we've got ourselves a sizable faggot, we're going to make our way back to the RHNN studio in order to continue the wood chopping championship. We take a break from the wood chopping championships in order to bring you this PSA funded by me about the perils of choosing mental health. Now I would like to confabulate that I did fund this PSA due in part to the fact that mental health and personality disorders are extremely common amongst the homeless community, but not with me. I'm a cut above the rest. Today's self-proclaimed mentally ill freak is named Matthew. He's got a mental health disorder known as age regressionism. This is supposedly due to the effects that trauma has on the brain. Enjoy. Yeah, no, this is where we're doing the filming and that. Yeah, no, you're fine. Just fucking stand in front of the camera and just say your shit, man. Hello, my name's Matthew Kilnerson, and I just wanted to talk about my mental health experiences. I suppose the best place to start would be the beginning. I'm 43 now, so this was a very long time ago. This happened to me when I was but a 22-year-old boy. I was drowned in the waters of the River of Denial. They grabbed me and they dunkified me. They treated me, a human being, like I was a donut in a coffee shop.
I find it hard to sleep when I think about it. I find it hard to eat, drink. Sometimes I go days without caring for myself. Whenever my head gets wet due to this incident, I find myself regressinating into the boy I was back then, before any of the events. I'm really sorry.
Oh, would you be comfortable with pouring some water in your head to show us your alternate ego test?
Are you sure? I don't want to be regressinating in front of you if it's going to bring you a disturbance.
Ah, this is a safe space.
Sure?
Don't worry about it.
No, it's no worry of me. I'll be back. And just like that, I'm 22 again. Just the feeling I wish I could stay in all the time. There's no trauma, there's no pain, there's no tragedy. I'm just a 22-year-old man bumbling about life. Right now I'm young, I'm sprightly, I'm bigging it up in a big city. You see, what's happened is the trauma has rewired my brain. I don't wish this travesty on anybody. Not even my worst enemy. Now, trauma and tragedy aside, could I do that before? Audience, tell me honestly, could I do that before? Write in the comments. Another thing I find when I'm in my regressed form is my singing ability. It returns to its peak form. Check this out. Yeah, I can't do that when I'm in my 40-year-old form, but here, now, as a 22-year-old boy, I'm spring as a chicken. Honestly, look, this is how sprightly I am. I could do this for hours. I'm not going to do it for hours, and it's not because I'm 40. My brain is rewired. Do you know what? I'm actually feeling so young. I might even go for a skip.
When I age regress, man, it's like, I don't know, man, it's like I just get a sense of freedom that you just can't get anywhere else. I'm free of all the limitations of society and age and numbers, man. It's like I'm in a blissful state of ignorance where the world can't touch me, man. I cannot express how amazing I feel right now, despite the horrific tragedy that led to this great feeling.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get going because this geezer's fucked. Some adverts now, we've got to pay for all this shit somehow.
Imagine a world where the limp-wristed struggles against time were of no consequence. A world with a CD featuring only the greatest classic artists. Artists such as Morrissey for Dad. Punctured ventricle on my left side, video made. My family's gonna have to dig with a stick. I would go out tonight, but all my clothes have gone moldy. And if a 16-ton gravel loader crashes into a builder, does it add or remove minerals from the area? Some grunge hips for the teenagers at home. Help out a nun. Thrill your friends, abstain from booze and heroin. Some beautiful ballads for mum.
And if I only could, I'd deal with God. I'd make sure the bodies I buried on the 5th of September 1996 are never found ever.
I'm every geezer. There's biz in me. Now I'm feeling so much better. And some club classics for the newer generation of parents. I'm such a fucking sad cunt. All I do is play Dota. I'm such a fucking sad cunt. All I do is play Dota.
It's literally just a song with different fucking lyrics. It's just the exact same song, just chopped and fucking remixed.
along with this exclusive Morrissey rave track.
Got no lotion in the house to have a wang.
And if you order right now, you'll also get this replica of Kurt Cobain's microphone. Gadzooks, the greatest hits classic edition, out now.
I'm a secret crack cocaine smoker. Alright, it's alright. I'm trying to wash up, it's one of those now. Alright, it's alright. Alright, crack cocaine. I'm a secret crack cocaine smoker. Alright, it's alright. Alright, crack cocaine. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, crack cocaine. Alright, alright.
Well, I need to be quick before Chris gets back, but here's some additional rapid fire tips. Drop any pretenses you have of everybody being horrible, rude, or whatever. While most animals do appear to be pieces of shit, seldom few are diamonds. You just need to go and find them. Avoid drugs, alcohol and any other kind of addictive activity. While these may seem great whilst everything around you becomes increasingly flat, boring and lifeless, this is a trap, one you will most likely die in if you choose to stay. Help others where you can, but understand implicitly that you must first help yourself in order to be of any great use. Avoid a majority of the homeless community. Most just want to see what they can get and few just want to aimlessly lament what was ad nauseum. If you have a flat affect, pitch up your voice, add a smile, then some eye and head movement. People love it. If you have an antisocial disorder or just a general aversion to people, learn to commune even if only formally. If you don't sleep, nights are gonna be murder. Work past it, meander around for a few hours if need be. If you're on medication, there's a large chance that medical mistakes will happen and you'll become unmedicated permanently or until housed. This has happened to many and has become a massive problem, especially amongst the anti-psychotic community. The grieving process is a luxury and everything will fall apart if you stop and think. Boil or otherwise disinfect your toothbrush prior to every use. If you live in a car, just know it will eventually fail and become a glorified storage unit, especially if you brought German like a complete and utter wanker. While Dakar Rally style repairs can keep you on the road for an additional few years, eventually you'll encounter an electrical or mechanical problem that cannot be amended with your current toolset. Unfortunately for me, I refuse to abandon my prized piece of shit and so it remains. Keep yourself clean to the best of your ability by any means necessary if at all possible. Learn to keep yourself safe. Depending on your area, this knowledge may or may not be tested. If you have money right now, invest in 2 cheap blankets even if it's summer. Also, make sure you buy some food safe disinfectant and keep it on hand at all times. You never know when you're going to need it. Learn to make peace with your situation. Now, while I was personally relieved when I became homeless, I've met many newer homeless, both young and old, that couldn't accept this fact and would either lose themselves or die within the year. Some of these were good people and there's a chance you're among them, so keep yourself busy at the very least. Boredom and its effects are the fastest killer of morale. Portraying yourself negatively for the sole purpose of expressing pain is pathetic and only serves to amplify these feelings as well as further isolate and echo your mindset. The veteran homeless community is also surprised that GTA 6 isn't out yet. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm teaching people the hard facts of life. What, you some sort of prick? Not on this show, Home Slice. We return to the wood chopping championship now. And we're off.
Here we go. Oh, what's he doing here, Chris? See him thinking there. You can see him thinking. I wouldn't be thinking this long personally. It's not my sort of thing. I make decisions very quickly. I'm fantastic at decision making, but not a lot of people actually credit me for that. He's rubbing the teeth. This is actually an extremely common method for calming the nerves. Every
Yes,
wood
very
chopping
much.
champion knows this.
Oh, I couldn't concur more,
Oh, he's
Chris.
picking up the axe. Oh, yeah, he's about to swing.
Oh, it could be getting
He's
exciting.
stealing up the nerve. He's getting the
Oh, you've gotta
courage.
build
Bless him.
yourself
Oh,
up to it.
we might be distracting him. And he swings. Oh, what was that?
Oh, no, yes,
What was that?
I
Freeze the
agree,
footage.
wholeheartedly.
Freeze it,
Oh, I
freeze
couldn't
it, freeze
concur
it.
more. No, yes, yeah, I
Look.
agree.
Oh my
I think it
God,
was
look
quite
at
bad.
that swing, man.
Yeah.
Are you seriously trying to tell me we just hired
Yes,
this guy
that's
because
exactly
of his name?
why I hired him.
Bruv, he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, you said to find
What
a
am I meant to do
suitable
with that?
candidate, and I did.
I was wondering
I
why he
found
only
a
picked up
suitable
twigs and
candidate.
branches and
Exactly
bits
what
because I
you
think there
told
definitely
me
are
to
logs.
do. Now,
This
if
is
you don't
terrible.
mind
This is terrible. I think we're
doing,
just going to have to
you're
quit
more
the
than
Chopping
welcome.
Championship.
You
What's
can
that,
tell
man?
me to stop. But
Why have you
still
invited him
have
on
to
the
pay
show?
me, yeah, as per my contract.
Are you just letting the footage play to
You
fuck
can
with me,
keep
son?
moaning, I'm
No,
not
because
really
you're taking the piss out of my life. The skis age. Oh man, are you actually trying to tell me?
I've now come to the conclusion that this axe won't work. So I'm going to cut my losses, pick up these smaller pieces of wood and build a fire that way.
No, this guy's actually
No, I
making
get
me
it,
rope
yeah.
up. I'm not even joking. This whole thing.
Despite this failure,
what
we're
the
going to keep this
Oh.
large log, so when the fire's
God.
finally raging, it'll be
Next
warm
time,
all
can
night.
you vet who we have on?
Yes,
Because this
mate, get
is
it. I completely
fucking
get it, man.
terrible.
Oh.
To be fair, I'm actually quite surprised at his performance there. See, I thought he was going to make the rookie mistake of giving up as soon as he saw the axe was blunt, but he's just so tenacious. Oh, he just doesn't stop. He's an enduring man. Ooh. And now we're going to make 2 holes of equal distance and connect them via a channel in order to make a smokeless fire. With the snapping of the shovel, it appears that our hopes and dreams have been dashed against the cobblestones of life. Ah well, we'll have to have an open fire. Life goes on. But that's when we receive some concerning words from our producers. As it turns out, after pouring all of his time, sweat and energy and giving everything he's got into this fire, our producers found out this is a smoke-free zone. Meaning, in this particular area of Southend, no fires are allowed. No bueno. Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie, I feel proper dilapidated. I was promised a freshly cooked meal at the end of all this, and I find out I can't even cook that meal. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking of knocking out and/or suing the producers of this show, because it's just not on. It's not right. This ain't how you treat people. If you want more people on your show, stop treating them like this. But just as he was complaining about his lot in life, we discovered a butane cooker kept in the back of a box in the woods. And I just so happened to have the only gas cartridge. I think we can still do this. Check out the evenly dispersed cheese. I bet you've never experienced cheese at such an equidistance. Mates, check out the wrap. Check out the seal. Ooh, we're in for a good time. So basically, Chris has become embarrassed, and rightfully so, after that failure of a segment, and he's refusing to show his face. So he wants me to show you how to keep yourself heated. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a completely empty butane gas cartridge can, and you're going to need an indiscreet can of whatever the fuck you can find. You want to make a small hole at the base, and you want to remove this entire centre bit here. As I've got no tools, I'm literally just going to hammer a nail round it until it fucking pops out. Once you've done your cutting, your can should look somewhat like this. Now you can probably do a better job than me, but I'm just going to fix that with tape. This second can, all you need to do is take off the top and make a little hole in the bottom. But what I completely forgot to mention is you actually need a third can that fits inside of this vessel. Now with this one, I've just made a hole at the bottom, made a bunch of holes at the top for my fuel line, and obviously a hole at the side for the fuel line to enter. I've also put little vent holes all around the can just so the fuel disperses evenly in the combustion chamber. You're also going to need a Spectro certified fuel line, a fan, maybe two, and a power source.
Oh, and if you're feeling really fancy, you can add in a variable resistor instead of hooking the fan directly up to the battery. Don't forget the flammable gas. Propane's the best, but I'm using butane because it's what I've got on hand.
My fuel line's a little bit too small, but essentially you just need to put some holes in the fuel line and align them with those holes at the top of the combustion chamber. Once you've installed your fuel line, it should look something like this. Ideally your copper piping will be going all the way around here, but mine isn't big enough. I've also used some copper to hold it down. You now want to make a hole big enough in the main chassis in order to accommodate the fuel inlet, and then you just slot this in. I won't be able to do it on camera, but once you've got this here, you essentially just want to hammer a nail in the top to keep everything in place. Your main vessel should now look somewhat like this, and like this with the entire fuel line attached. Next you want to take your second can and place it over or inside the main vessel. I've placed mine over because this is the only can I've got and I like to adjust how quickly the fan melts. And your finished product should look absolutely terrible. I've taken two fans, taped them together, both blowing into the combustion chamber, and I've literally just hand twisted the wires together. And this is us all set up and ready to go. Just a quick note, don't use tape or a plastic fuel line, as these are luxuries only afforded to the condemnably stupid. It'd probably also help if we put the chamber in the right way. Now as long as you don't fuck up like I did here, you should be able to fold all this up into a package just slightly larger than the second can itself. Now if you can't be bothered for all that, just grab any butane gas cartridge and do what you did with the other one. Grab literally any metal pipe you can find. Grab your pipe and place it in the hole up top. Tip it over. Grab your fuel of choice. I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol because it's what I've always got on hand. And put the fuel in that port there. Now that you've filled it with your flammable liquid of choice, all you've got to do is light it. You might have to blow some air into it to get it going, but should work. When you first light one of these, make sure you light it outside unless you're 100% fine with huffing paint fumes. So the problem I have, I've just realised, and the reason I cannot get this to light is because I only have 80% isopropyl alcohol. If I had 90 to 99.9%, I would have been fine. But this will work if you've got better fuels such as naphtha, lighter fluid, etc. Well, that's that then. We hope you enjoyed, and if you had a terrible upbringing or come from a bad situation or group of situations before becoming homeless, the solitude may be what you need to become you, but it could also break you entirely. The desire to play may not exist, but this is a game of will and leave.